Hello, everyone. My name is Alpo Oksaharju, and I'm a part of a two-man crew, a company called Theory Interactive. We started almost about 2 years ago, I think, and we're building our first game called Reset. How many you've seen anything we've done? Quite a few, yeah. My topic isn't about actually the game called Reset. It's more low-level stuff. But I'll just show the first trailer for everyone, so you know what I'm talking about. This is actually this is a year old. We are just about to release new stuff in a few weeks time, but I just couldn't crunch it for this event. Audio's not working. Excellent. Not. Well, never mind that. Just let's watch the video. There's some nice piano music playing in the background. You can pay more attention to the graphics without the music. Yes, that's it. Okay, nice silent movie there. Okay, so we are two guys making this game. We wrote our own engine, or we are writing it as we go along. And one question we get asked a lot is that how is it possible for only two guys to do something visually like this, which is usually reserved for big companies only. And I'll try to kind of go into the very low level stuff in regards to that. Oh yeah. Anyway, Reset. It's a game. If you know Portal, it's a bit like that. But that's not the point. The topic is actually what kind of design process are we using, or how do we go about doing things? And without actually going into any practical stuff on how we actually implement anything, or that would take, that would be a good lesson actually. I could come and teach about that. But I'm trying to speak more about the psychological stuff that goes behind the decisions. And this is very kind of a cool sentence our advertisement apartment came up with. You can see the name anyway. What I'm trying to say here is that before we start any process, we the two guys, we start by saying that, or we try to free our minds from not saying that we can't do something before we have even thought about doing something. So this is just about going into any process with an open mind as possible. That's the key to everything here. After we have kind of opened our minds, we had a strong vision, or we still have a strong vision, and that gives us a very direct line to where we want to go, and this is crucial. If you don't have a vision, then you don't know what to do, then you're just fooling around. We knew that what we wanted to do, and that just gave us a very direct sense of all the things we needed to do. Okay. So this is more of an idealistic. All this stuff is this is not. We didn't invent this. This is something that you probably know, but I'm just trying to kind of point out how crucial when you really want to do something, then you really need to kind of accept and practice the basics, so you can really go forward. Like in this school, you'll get all the hard skills you need in game development, but you need to keep an open mind and keep on learning after that. It doesn't. You can't. This school doesn't make you kind of. Well, it might make you a professional, yes, but professional knows that you are not ready. You're never ready. You always need to learn more and keep an open mind. Okay, we had a vision of a game and a game world, very clear vision. That's something I recognize that doesn't happen everywhere, and it doesn't need to happen everywhere. This is just what happened to us. Okay, we have our vision. We want to build the greatest game world ever. And then comes the limits. But hey, there's only two of us. But like I said, we can do anything. Well, we can't do anything, we know that. But the limits, or how are we going to do the stuff that we want to do? And this is also the stage, the next stage is why can't we do something? And actually the question that why can't you do something is very important, because I don't know if you've been in a situation where you might get a great idea in any field, in any kind of friend-to-friend conversation. You might get a good idea. You present that idea, and then the other guy says that no, we can't do that, but he doesn't give an explanation why, and then the process stops right there, right? I don't know if you've probably been in these kind of situations, and in the game development you will run into these situations. People will come up with ideas, and other people will come up with ideas or reasons why they cannot be built. But often enough, people won't give you an explanation why not. So that many processes stop where it should only be beginning. Okay, so these are the idealistic and the pragmatic. This is nothing new. This is very, very common, but common enough. That's why I'm saying this is because we've seen this in game development very many times, that people that don't have any, that they're not part of the kind of the vision holders or trying to bring a vision, maybe their own or maybe a larger group's vision into life. They are just, you know, working there, and those people will come up with pragmatic reasons why something cannot be built. But if you, as a group, you really take these both of these and marry them, then magic starts to happen. And that's what we are doing with only two guys. This is the basis. So whenever we come up with an idea, we think about of how to do the things that we want and not stop if we hit a stone that you know, that's no, this can't be done. Then we try to look at things that, why can't it be done? Can it be done in another way? Why actually is it the thing that we want to do? Why is that important? So we really dive into the reasons, or dive into the vision, and we dive into the pragmatic side, and then marry them. So you can see my cool new words there. And that's a bit of a joke, but this is actually this is what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I'll give you an example. Like in our game world, we knew that we wanted to make a world where there would be people, okay? But we knew that making convincing people digitally in that visual fidelity that we're also going forward towards, that's something we knew that current tech we couldn't do that in any feasible way by just the two of us. So we went into the thinking, okay, why do we need people? What is the reason for the people in the story? Okay, and then thinking about or what part of the story, what do they play, and how will that stuff be presented in the game without actually building digital people. So that's what's happening. We are doing a very well aiming for a kind of deep story with lots of people, but we're not showing them digitally. So in a situation where if you didn't have a clear vision of what you're doing, and there would be players in the team that wouldn't carry that vision, you wouldn't then that vision holder would say, we need to present people, and then there would be the other guy just saying, we can't do that, and that would be the end of it. No, sorry, no reset. I'll just get my code. But that's just I'm trying to clarify this kind of mindset, that keeping an open mind and trying to find good ways of doing the right thing, not trying to do everything. So in an answer to just the two of us making something that visually looks like something much bigger, is actually a result of just marrying the idealistic and pragmatic and using them to build something bigger, and they're not opposing forces. And we do this in every process all the time. So we try to find new ways, and we just don't stop whenever we hit a snag. We try to find better ways of doing stuff, really trying to figure out why is what we're trying to do, why is it important, why. It's frustrating at times, but then when we really we find new things, new ways of doing stuff, then it's just very gratifying. And but it's like it's pioneering work all the time. It's cool stuff, but but this actually, well, it comes with an expense, because I mean, we can do it. We're just two guys with very, very low budget, very low cost company. We don't pay salaries yet because we don't have any money. But this is the road we need to do to maybe going forward with our company and the game. So we realized that this kind of the very, very, very marrying the idealistic and pragmatic or the idiomatic way is only possible when or is idealistically possible when there's a small group of people working tightly together, when everyone knows what they're trying to do. When things get bigger, then this becomes more difficult. But the two things still remain. Someone must have a clear vision, and pragmatic side means that there needs to be a strong skill-based layer or lots of people with great skills that they know what they don't know. So trying to really keep an open mind everywhere, that's something, just gets things forward. I got I think a couple of minutes if someone has a question like to ask. I know this is a very kind of short, very high-flying, low-level stuff. But if anyone has any questions, I can answer them. Maybe. Yep.
I've answered it because I was saying, like, how are you able to do that? When you're not taking, like, you're limited by time and money and these types of things. Like, if you think that because you were so, like, only two people, you're able to. Those are like affordances that you're getting because of that. If you were larger, and these other things influencing you, then you wouldn't be able to accomplish.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of answered that, didn't I?
Is that how you plan on? Maybe that could be the question. Like, is that how you plan on remaining?
That's actually a good question. Yeah, that because we've been thinking about that, because we understand our situation very clearly, and we want to. There are things that we want to accomplish, but we are not certain in how we are going to do them, and we know that the next stuff after this won't be something that we can pull off just by the two of us, and we don't really want to, but we need to build the basis for this at this stage like this. It's just the road we need to take.
What is the way you're funding the whole project?
You see this belt? I'll just get it tighter. That's how we're doing it. No, we just our own savings and very low cost everything. That's how we're doing it.
Well, if it works with two people, or could it work with only one?
One would be, well, yeah, I guess it could, but there's still there's a problem with one person, because not so much as the what skills you have, but there are things that psychologically happens when you present an idea outwards. it doesn't mean that you need to get feedback. It doesn't need necessarily you don't need to get feedback, but it becomes reality when you say it out loud. So you would have to talk a lot with yourself, but I guess skill-wise, obviously, yeah. I mean, you have right skills and vision and whatnot, but I'd say small group of people is better than one person, because that really kind of balances a better balance comes from that, I guess.
Okay, thank you, Alpo, so much. I think we might have time for one more question, and during the one more last question, I think we could set up the presentation for the next speaker. So, one more question, please, for Alpo. Yes.
Well, actually, that one thing I kind of didn't mention is in that kind of the slide where we marry the pragmatic and the idealistic. Is that's actually the process of doing exactly that. It means that from the limits we get new kind of direction to the vision. So it feeds back to the vision. It's not like we have a vision and then we just find the best way to do that. We might find a good way of doing something that would drive the same end result, basically. So it kind of goes back and forth. Well, side by side, more like. So it's like in an answer to your question that how do we do the things we want to do. We started firstly. We started from a basis that we kind of understood our strengths and possibilities. So that's kind of the basis line. We didn't just like we want to do something that would be totally out of our reach. There's something that the vision already had a lot of our strengths in it. So that's how we kind of moved forward.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Alpo, so much.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.